How cool it would be to actually wholesale deals on the market on the MLS? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on actually how to wholesale deals on the MLS. Wholesaling listed properties on the MLS with a realtor or real estate agent involved is not as hard as it seems. Most of my deals are actually from off-market properties. I've actually done some deals on the market, giving offers literally to realtors and literally assigning that. I've actually done real estate wholesaling deals with realtors on the market. I basically gave an offer to the realtor. They brought it to this actual seller. The seller accepted it. I brought a buyer and then I signed it for a profit. So in this video, I'm giving you a step-by-step guide on actually how to do this. This is very niche. If you actually start doing this, you can easily make over $10,000 per month wholesaling real estate on the market. This is a very small niche of real estate wholesalers out there that actually do this. The reason why there's such a small percentage of people actually doing this is because nobody really knows how to do it correctly. And if you do any of these steps incorrectly, then you won't get the wholesale deal. So let's get into it. Let me show you actually how to wholesale real estate on the market the right way. Whoa. Before I actually show you actually how to wholesale real estate with a realtor and a real estate agent, please smash that like button and subscribe to get more videos from me. Alrighty, so wholesaling properties on the market. Every guru and their mother has literally told you have to get off-market properties. If a motivated seller signed a listing agreement with a realtor, the deal is dead. This can be farthest from the truth. You can rapid fire offers all day from your computer and literally get some of those deals accepted to actually get wholesaling deals. So I don't want to keep you any more waiting. Let's get into it step by step. The first step on wholesaling a deal from the MLS is actually just go to listrei.com. Listrei.com, listrei.com, aka PropStream, is the software I use to actually find properties that are below market value that are actually listed. So we want to go after specific properties that are actually listed on the market for less than what their actual property value is worth. Now, how do you do this? Can you go on Zillow and do this? No. Only certain softwares can actually scrub what the property is really worth and what the thing is really listed for on the market, and then find an arbitrage in between them absolutely for you. Now, not every single property like this we're going to get crazy good deals on, but specifically if you go after enough of these, you will get some deals. So we go to listrei.com. Again, it pulls the fresh MLS data out of there and then it aggregates its own market value and then just finds ones that are listed below the market. So go to listrei.com. We search the city that we want to do. Then we'll do our certain filters that we like. Usually for these type of properties, the only filter I really care about is make sure they're residential properties. And then I just want to go to this little tab right here and just put listed below market value. We should have every single property that is listed below the market value on the MLS that is actually active right now. Another bonus tip, if you're living like Atlanta, a big metro market, Houston, Dallas, and there's thousands of properties on there, obviously you can't get a hold of every single realtor on there and do individual offers on each one. What you're probably going to do is you want to filter a little more. If you actually want to search on the actual descriptions on the MLS using listrei.com, you can just go under keywords and do that. Search something like good bones or potential on it, or TLC. That way you can actually find properties that need more repairs that would be even better wholesale deals for us possibly. This is only good for really, really big markets out there. Those are going to be the ones that will actually work when you do those specific keywords. Again, if you're in a regular market, 500,000 or less, then I 100% recommend you just only go after the listed below market value on that one. Once we pull the list, what we're going to do is we're actually going to cold call these real estate agents and realtors. Now, the first thing we need to understand when we're calling them, they're not going to know who we are. They're going to want to know what we actually want to do with them. So what we want to do is when we're cold calling these agents, their phone number is literally going to be listed on the actual listing. You can find it on Zillow, listrei.com again. And once we get their phone number, we're going to call them. So this is where most wholesalers go wrong when they're actually trying to wholesale deals with a realtor. They basically say, I'm a real estate wholesaler. I'm trying to assign this contract and I'm going to make a profit off of this. And I don't want you to be my agent. You're just only getting your 3%. That's it. That realtor is going to get rubbed the wrong way. They're not going to like anything you say. They're not going to respect you and you're not going to get the deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something a little specific. Now, in this previous video of this two-part series, I actually talked about exactly how to deal with realtors. There's specific language you got to do with them. There's other ways you can actually do to actually get their full 6% commission. I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of that, but click above me right now. They'll give you a little card of the previous video. Again, at the end of this video, it'll actually pull up that video on the end screen right there. So don't worry about it. You can watch this video after, but it goes a little more in depth with talking with realtors. I'm going to give you a little bit of the skinny on it. Again, realtors only care about one thing, thing, and that is actually getting their commission. And their average commission is about 3%, especially as a seller's agent. In a real estate transaction, there's a buyer's agent and a seller's agent. Buyer's agent gets 3% of the transaction. Seller agent gets 3% of the transaction. So if the property sells for $100,000, they get $3,000 and $3,000 a piece. So a total of $6,000 that the seller will pay. And if the property is worth $100,000 and the agent is getting multiple offers at $90,000, $95,000, and I came in with a low ball offer at $70,000, why would a real estate agent even care about me? So this is why we use this strategy when talking to listing agents. So when we talk to the real estate agent, we're going to say this specific thing. Hey, Sally, I saw your property that was on the market. It looked very attractive as a real estate investment opportunity for me. I'm looking to buy it. Since I'm going directly to you without an actual buyer's agent, I would like you to be my actual buyer's agent so you get an extra 3% on this transaction. I want you to be my buyer's agent on this. You're going to ask some questions, but basically at the end of it, you're basically going to say, if you go with my offer, you're going to get 6% commission, not 3%. So my $70,000 offer turned into, in their eyes, a $140,000 offer. It's twice as good as any other offer. That realtor, real estate agent, they're going to run off their greed really, and they're going to put my offer on a pedestal over everyone else's offer. Now, the realtor does have a fiduciary responsibility, but again, they're in another fiduciary responsibility. If my offer is all cash, and technically I'm bringing a cash buyer in there that will actually do a very clean transaction versus other offers that are around $90,000 that are a little more shaky. You know, they got to go through an FHA mortgage. They got to go through a conventional loan. They're not really going to want to go with them. So our offer is twice as good for the realtor because they're making double the commission. So they'll put mine on a pedestal and they'll actually vouch for me over the other offers. Now you might be saying, Zach, I've never heard about this before. Trust me, when I do this, realtors will vouch for your offer over ones that are even sometimes better, because at the end of the day, realtors want to get the commissions at the end of the day. So after we cold call that specific agent and then they're okay with it, what we're going to do is we're just going to email them. We're going to get kind of an offer set together. We're going to figure out how much we can actually sell the property for. So that specific $100,000 property, we figure out we could probably give it to a cash buyer for $85,000, maybe $80,000. Let's say a cash buyer, we talk to them, we send them the actual listing. They say, actually, I have this under contract. How much would you give me for this? And they say, you know what? This looks like a pretty good property. I'll give you $80,000 for it. And we know we put it under contract for $70,000. So let's say, for example, at the end of it, we put it under contract for $70,000. Our cash buyer says, you know what? I think I could give you $80,000 for it. That's awesome. So we know more or less we can make about $10,000 on this. $70,000 is really where we're at. We've done the comps. We know the ARV. We've done the repairs. Again, there's multiple videos I do on actual figuring out the ARV and the MAOs and the max allowable offers on these. You got to be a little more tight on these deals when it comes to properties on the MLS, but overall, they're still money makers. So we'll verbally call the realtor again and say, hey, I'm ready to make an offer on 123 Main Street. I want to give a $70,000 offer. It's going to be all cash. I'm ready to close within 30 days. I want a 10-day inspection period. I'm ready to go. The reason why we do all this, so in the offer, on a 10-day inspection period. So overall, when we're talking to a realtor, there's 4 extremely important things we have to understand when submitting the offer with that agent. We want to make sure we have these 4 things, because if you have none of these 4 things not there, your wholesale deal on this transaction is screwed. Number 1, that agent might ask you for a proof of funds. Now, I'm not the proof of funds expert. I have my own proof of funds, and I get that from wholesaling for 4 years. Rick's been doing it over 17 years. We have enough money from our wholesaling deals that we have the cash to actually close on transactions. So I don't get a proof of funds letter. I actually have it from my own bank. But for you guys that are starting out, especially in wholesaling real estate, you can get proof of funds letters from your hard money lenders. You can get it on actual Facebook groups. Other hard money lenders will give it to you. I'm not the expert on giving hard money, on giving proof of funds. I haven't really ever gotten proof of funds in a very long time, just because I had the fund in my bank account. So I recommend you go to Facebook, talk to hard money lenders. They'll usually give you a proof of funds pretty easily. And there's other creative ways of actually finding it. So go with that route, finding a proof of funds, and then give that to the actual agent. Second, the real estate agent is going to ask you how much of a deposit you want to leave. We're expecting around $2,000 to $3,000 if you're serious. Now, your heart might be beating out of your chest. You might be all stressed out over this, like, Zach, I don't have $3,000 to give for a deposit. Don't worry. What we're actually going to do here is we're going to tell the agent hey, I'll give you a $2,000 deposit. No worries, I'm happy to give it. What I want to do is after my inspection period, I'll give you the deposit. That's kind of my demands on it. I don't want to waste my time or my money on this. I really need to inspect this very thoroughly with my partner. Usually the agent's okay with it because they're getting the full 6% commission. They'll usually tell the seller that's okay. And honestly, after the inspection period, if I want to get out of it, I'll get my deposit back. So worst case scenario, I don't even lose any money. But usually you just say you'll give your $2,000 after, and then you'll get that $2,000 from your actual cash buyer and then give it to them. And then that's all good. Now 3 here is we want to make sure on the contract, the actual buyer's agent, who is the seller's agent, is going to write up their own agreement for me to sign to actually give it to the seller, since that they're the most comfortable with it. And if we use their contract, they'll be the most comfortable with it. We just want to make sure on that agreement, it says that I may assign the contract. Now, the realtor might give you some flack and ask you, why are you saying you might assign the contract? Basically say, hey, I buy a lot of properties, which I truly do. You can look up my deeds. And sometimes if I find a better deal, especially going through this inspection period, I might not close on this and I might actually just get that one. And in that case, I'll just give it to one of my partners who have lots of trust in me and they'll easily pay for that property. No worries at all. They'll buy it all cash. They do the same thing as me and they'll be more than happy to take this property off my hands. So I might assign it to them if something else arises that I might not close on this property because I have a better opportunity. Again, the agent should be okay with this, especially if they're getting that 6% commission. And lastly, we want to make sure the inspection period is around 10 days. And then the closing date for us is within 35 to 40 days. I really want to give the 30, but if you're beginning in wholesaling, you might need 40 days to really bring a cash buyer through that property, especially if it's a tighter deal during the inspection period. Again, 10 days. Within that 10 days, I can get out of the contract for any ifs, ands, or buts. So don't even worry about that. And then if we can't find a cash buyer within that 10 days that really agrees with stuff, then we don't have to deal with it. But overall, we get everything done, sign the actual offer. Hopefully the seller actually accepts it. Again, it's not 80% chance that they do it. It's still a relatively low chance, lower than if you're actually dealing with sellers directly. But if you do enough of these, you will get deals. So the seller will sign the actual offer. Then awesome, we got an executed contract ready to go. Now is the other part where we actually have to find a cash buyer. This is step 5, is actually finding a cash buyer. So once we find that cash buyer that already said they're okay with about $80,000 for the property, what we're going to do is bring that cash buyer through. Now, I don't recommend that you give the cash buyer before you even sign a contract the actual address, the realtor, or anything. We want to make sure they're kind of blind on the transaction. Obviously, they're going to know what the listing price is, but they're going to know that you got it under that listing price. They know they're not paying the full $80,000. They're still going to get a discount on it. If the listing is $100,000 and the cash buyer knows around $80,000 is what it'll take, they're assuming you're going to get it for a lower price and make a profit. They're not expecting to buy it for $100,000. What you're going to do is put the cash buyer through. They're still going to go at $80,000. Then we're going to go to step 6, which we're actually going to give them an assignment of contract. They're going to sign that assignment of contract. They're going to leave hopefully a $2,000 to $3,000 deposit to cover the deposit that we have. And if it was $80,000, then we'll actually set up a closing and I'll make $10,000, $80,000 minus the $70,000. Let's say they're at $75,000, then I'll make $5,000 on the transaction, close on it, get my nice beautiful wholesaling check. Then I will profit, repeat, and do the same thing over again. So that is my step-by-step guide on actually how to wholesale real estate on the MLS with realtors and real estate agents. I'm telling you right now, if you are not utilizing the power of the MLS with wholesaling, you are definitely missing out. During these times, when the market keeps going up and up and up, it's actually really hard to do this, but usually when the markets get a little more shaky, I still do wholesale deals on the MLS. It has to be the right certain deal for me, but I rapid up fire deals all the time with them. And during times, let's say, for example, like 2010 to 2014, Rick really killed it on doing properties like this on the MLS and making a really good profit. So during certain other times in real estate cycles, you can make an insane profit doing this. So that's it, guys. You could still do it now in today's market, currently in late 2020. I truly believe in 2021 and 2022, this is an untapped opportunity when most wholesalers are running for the fences that they can't find off-market deals. You and me are going to be killing it, putting offers on market. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. And as my gift to you for actually watching this entire video through the end, I want to give you some bonus tips also when dealing with this. So the number one bonus tip I can give when wholesaling real estate on the market, you can actually cold call failed listings and call the seller's agent on there and give an offer and say, hey, I want you to be my buyer's and seller's agent on this. And can you please go back to the actual seller and see if they'd even accept $70,000 for that piece of property? I don't want to go around you. I think you actually did a really good listing here. See if they'd be okay with it. The reason why we do that is because that seller's agent is actually trusted with the actual seller. They'll go back, convince them, because maybe if the thing didn't sell for $100,000 and they're motivated and they're sort of sick of the property, and sometimes they'll be like, you know what, I'm sick of it, 70,000, fine, I gotta get rid of this property. Just like us following up with motivated sellers. So that's another tip I can give to. You can actually get some deals that you'd never even think on the failed listings. Again, if you go to listrei.com and do it, you can easily find failed listings and just search, cold call, repeat from there. And the last one is on the MLS. While you're actually doing this with listrei.com, you can actually find buyers for those cash buyer transactions, especially when you're wholesaling on the MLS. What you want to do is actually search cash sales. You can go to filter cash sales on listrei.com, aka PropStream. What you're going to do is pull all the cash sales in your area. And then what you're going to do is export all of them out. Then what you're going to do is mainly find the buyer's agents, usually through Zillow. It's harder to find on PropStream with them, but on Zillow, you can actually find the buyer's agents pretty easily. You need PropStream to find the actual cash sales, but once you find the cash sales, you can cross-reference that property address to Zillow to find the buyer's agent. And that buyer's agent probably has multiple people who are buying all cash, and you can actually pay them a small commission to actually bring buyers through your MLS properties also. So they can make money, you can make money, and you have an almost unlimited amount of cash buyers. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I can't wait for the opportunities that come wholesaling on the MLS in the next couple of years. I truly appreciate you guys watching this video, your support and everything. It means everything to me. So thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment below what you think about wholesaling on the MLS. Have you done it before? Really interested to see who else has really done it in their current market. Thank you guys so much. Have a blessed day.